Hey, it's Gage, and welcome to my stage. I'm gonna try to be posting things like the same video across platforms instead of making a bunch of like spontaneous works of art like I've been doing. Just so I can try to keep track of everything I've been saying, because sometimes it gets a little confusing. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I did talk about this, and it's like, no, you talked about that on Facebook, or you only talked about that on YouTube, and so anyone who's watching me on one or the other might not get the whole picture. So I'm gonna try to post things across platforms. So I get confused. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm very excited. Wearing my favorite shirt from high school. Uh, Asked my dad to grab me some provisions, my energy drink, some Coke, and then $20 for some extra weeds. I'm kind of stuck between getting more flour or joints like I like. I think I'm gonna do a happy middle ground and re-up some flour and then get a $3 joint, at least to appease the part of me that wants pre-rolls. They don't last as long as flour. And where is it? Oh, I was gonna paint my nails black. I love doing so because of, like, being a goth or a punk or emo scene, anime, whatever. Anime, by the way, isn't really a real terminology. That's one that my dad came up with. But also, painting your toenails black helps to hide dirt. And I clean my nails and clip my nails. But, especially being an artist and working with dogs, all my dogs a lot. I take care of a lot of dogs and my volunteer work. Sometimes I'm unaware that my hands are heavily stained or dirty. I don't mean to be gross, but I'm very cleanly, but sometimes it's happened. Like, one of the worst moments in my life with what I'm talking about, I just got done playing with my dogs outside. We were having a great time, and then I wanted to go on my walk. I can't remember, I was getting cigarettes or just like a soda or something. And I go to pay for everything, and my hands are dirty, and the teller's like, ah! And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I was outside with my dogs. And she was just like, well, you need to clean your hands. And I was like, I'm sorry, I tried to. You caught me in a moment where I did not. I did not realize that we judge people that way. And I've also had people think I'm homeless, or like homeless in a mean way, not like they're trying to help me. One time I had a lady ask me if I was homeless, and I was like, no, and she was like, you should have lied. I had stuff to give you. And I was like, okay. Mind you, I just got back from staying with an ex. Well, he's an ex now, and not such a very good guy. In Portland, so I had all my stuff. So I guess maybe I looked a bit homeless there, holding all my stuff on the side of the street. I was waiting to cross to walk home. I took the bus. I almost dropped my nail polish. So yeah, right now I'm just kind of doing my agoraphobia thing, where instead of just leaving and going to get the thing done already, I'm kind of lollygagging, and I decided to start making videos out of it, because I've been doing stuff like this uh, since before high school, where if I would be so excited, I almost would have like insomnia, like I couldn't go to bed. And mind you, my whole family knows I have no trouble going to bed. The issue is I have so much energy and so many thoughts that sometimes it takes me a while to actually truly wind down to want to even sleep. So sometimes I'd stay up all night, or I get as much sleep as I could, but I'd mostly just kind of put together my outfit, my costumes, mess with my hair, dye my hair, cut my hair with a straight razor, put on fucking eyeliner, forget I'm wearing eyeliner, go into school, and then no one will shut up about me wearing eyeliner. It gets annoying. Like, I don't know how Johnny Depp does it. Is it just because he's famous that he can wear guy liner and everyone's like, oh, well, Johnny Depp wears guy liner, so it's fine. But then for some reason, I as like a masculine gay dude, because I'm rather straight presenting, I kind of get flamboyant, but I usually keep it pretty on that level, just to kind of hide from the haters. Uh, And it's like anytime I do anything that's like remotely girly, or even with my big emotions because of my BPD, people are immediately like, "Oh, you're like a girl," or a bundle of sticks, but not bundle of sticks. The older word with an F that they use that a lot of people don't like, that I'm trying not to use. Because, like I said, I'm very open to the point where it's like I can say words and stuff that I know people don't like, and I never say it out of hate or anger or anything like that. Words are just words. The meaning of these words are all on you, and basically the use of these words over time. So I understand that, like, certain slurs are like, hey, in pleasant company, I could understand you making a joke. I hear people who the slurs are said about make the same jokes in pleasant company. But if you're not in pleasant company, or people you know, and like you start going off half cocked, making jokes with slurs, or like a good example is like a dead baby joke. I've accidentally done this where I made a dead baby joke because I have a really dark sense of humor, and it's funny because it's not funny. There's a lot of people I've been talking to throughout my life who understand that it's funny because it's not funny. Meanwhile, there are some people out there who are like, "How dare you make such a joke? This needs to be removed off online right now." I do love all of the troopers out there that are like, "Oh, is this your first day on the internet?" Because I think I've talked about it here in so many places where I have been bebopping online, doing my thing, being my real authentic self like always, because I don't like to hide myself. I'm who I am, I like who I am, and I am who I am, in person or online. So I'm doing my own thing, and then those people who are like, "You should kill yourself," and I'm like, "Whoa, I forget you people exist." And I'm not of weak constitution that I take what they say so seriously. No, if anything, it only upsets me because I think about those people who hear those things and actually they can't fight them in their heads. I'm not saying they're weak constitution. That was just a joke about me being a big strong man. No, I understand that this kind of rhetoric and terminology and bullying, cyber or otherwise, is hard for some people to just not pay attention to. My relation to that is all of the horrible, horrible things I've been told in my life, and I won't repeat them because I've been told by my family and friends and other people that even as a joke, it still comes across as if I believe those things. So just as like a small example is like, "Oh, I'm stupid, ugly, I never know anything, I'm crazy." There's like all these different adjectives that have been used to describe me by people who don't even really know who I am. And so it's always been relatively easy for myself to find my center. Worst case scenario, I talk to my family. My father, my brother, and my mother have always been my closest confidants because they know who I am. And my aunt Jody, she's she's been absolutely wonderful. And honestly, it feels like she was suffering from the exact same problem I was, where you're trying so hard to do the right thing, but yet it doesn't always go as you'd like it to. Not like you're trying to control everything, but like, you're like, "Oh, hey, I'm here, I'm your friend, I want to help you, and I have my own life and I have my own needs, like everyone, like myself." And even with my volunteer service and all the work I've been doing online and all my art and such, I actually yesterday and today are kind of like my days off, and Sunday, because even the Lord took Sunday off. Uh, I wasn't really going to get back into the swing of things until Monday. I might have a light workout today or tomorrow. The next day, I've been kind of on a long rest because the last time I was outside working out, believe me or not, I was out there for like 3 hours. I took small breaks. I drank water. I was working different muscle groups. But after I got done with some of my volunteer work and helping my mother, I told her, I was very nice about it, of course, because I love my mama. I'll always help her and other people. But we sometimes will just kind of bitch, we'll just like bitch about something. And I told her, I was like, hey, it's all good. I'm gonna go home and rest. But I didn't realize I was as sore as I am. And of course my mom was like, oh, you're okay, right? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. But I told her, there was a moment where, and this happens with my little brother too, he took right after me as I helped raise him. Where I'm good, I'm solid, big, strong man. I could fight this war, keep going all day long, right? Until you need to rest because you're human. And I really do need to get better about that. It's one of my bigger problems where I get so busy and I want to do and finish all these projects. But if you're burning yourself out, then you will just be like a grumpy Gus, or you'll like you might even stop having fun with it. Because I remember at one point when I was with that ex that's actually on my YouTube here, the blonde guy Ethan. There was a moment where I realized that even though he was helping me with my channel and he wanted to be involved with all the animals, I realized, oh, we're both working full time and I still have to be a housekeeper for my home, and I'm taking care of all these animals, and I'm running a YouTube channel. And I sat there and I realized, and this was like far after the breakup between him and I. This is when I really started to realize how much I truly put myself out there and put my greater self in jeopardy to do these things. And it's actually one of the reasons why I have difficulty holding down jobs, because they just want me. And I've gotten this a lot in my life from so many people, not my family, but so many others have just been like, go, 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 do. What do you mean you need to rest? No, you don't get to rest. Just keep going. You're reliable. You're the reliable person. You need to keep going. And both my parents and so many people from their generation, so like 70s and maybe 60s to 80s, that was before, and 80s is after, but where you thought if you just do what is right, then what is right will come back onto you. You do unto others as you want done unto yourself. But then the fact that there are so many manipulators and users and parasites and so many corporations that would just absolutely love for you just to be a wage slave. Like, can I pay you less to do more work? Would that be cool? We kind of needed more money to go on a party bus for all the supervisors to go check out all the different locations. No. It's cool. Like, don't worry. You'll get a bonus, but it won't be as much of a bonus as you deserve, because they needed to take a party bus to go gallivanting from location to location. This actually happened at my last job, Winco. And honestly, I'm just really sick and tired of all the misery out there, especially with my bipolar disorder. I've been meeting people halfway, and as I get older and older and older, I really started to realize how much the world actually does have like a huge effect on my emotions and my moral centers. So like a huge example, my whole family knows this. If like a really big event happens in the world, your boy Gage is right there talking about it. I am seriously one of those people. I see so many of you out there where we try not to be annoying about it, and we definitely try not to be a social justice warrior or like a Karen or whatever. But like, if you see something, you say something. It's like the whole thing about actual terrorism, not what ICE and those people believe, which is anyone who's not from America is a terrorist, which is that's not how it works, actually. True terrorism is actually a jeopardy to our freedoms and, the altruistic pursuit of happiness, the likes of which is something that America a long time ago tried to bestow onto other places as well, but they also were kind of doing their own thing. And right now we're actually not ranked very high when it comes to like freedom or education or happiness in general. If anything, I think us and Japan have the highest suicide rates. I think Japan is beating us. It might be China. Are beating. Watch me run. They're beating us in suicide rates. Those tryhards. No, that's not the point I'm trying to make at all. No, the point I'm trying to make is like even I, as a suicide survivor, and I've attempted like at least several times, more times than I like to admit, 7 that I remember. I sit with this idea that I never felt like I needed to die. My family never made me feel like I needed to die. What made me feel like I needed to die and go away was the world. Like everyone telling me I'm wrong, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I talk too much, I'm a know-it-all, I act like I know everything. Like so many of these things that I know aren't true about me and aren't even worth my time to think about, but yet they'll never shut up about it. They'll never shut up about it. It's like this biggest gotcha in the world that if I just scream at you about how much of a stupid person you are, eventually you'll either believe them or you'll get away from them, and the cycle continues where they just get to be a miserable, horrible person using people as stepping stones their whole life and wondering why the whole world kind of doesn't seem to like the way that they are. Oh, newsflash, you ever thought about being a better person? Don't get me wrong, as someone like myself who's had a lot of bullshit, I understand that sometimes it looks like you're blaming other people for your issues, but I literally have bipolar disorder, which you're not born with, and you're given through trauma. So, trauma from other things in my life gave me bipolar disorder and possibly more. I was either autistic from the get-go or slowly made more and more neurodivergent due to all of this bullshit or the experimental drugs that they tried to give me, as I've told you about. But yes, I'm feeling wonderful. I think I'm gonna smoke a little more ganja, and go for my walk. But thank you all, and thank everyone who's really been resonating with my message. I see you all out here, and you are such a source and wealth of inspiration for myself, not just because I'm like full of myself and I'm like, oh, they agree with me. No, 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 no. I see countless individuals talking about this similar rhetoric to myself, and I just want us all to unite and to continue fighting this war against the misery, I guess you can call it. So, this has been Gabbing with Gage, signing off.